Hey guys, this is question FM007 of the Further Maths Sharpened Study Guide. So to jump straight into it, this question's telling us that for a group of friends, the correlation coefficient between their time spent on Netflix and their general fitness is R equals negative 0.462. So our correlation coefficient there is negative 0.462. And that their time spent on Netflix and the number of tasty snacks they eat per week is R equals 0.679. So a correlation coefficient of R equals 0.679. Given this information, which of the following statements is true? Now, with these style questions, a good tactic is always to just go through each of the options and determine basically true and false. So this wants us to determine which of the following statements is true, which means that we're going to go through these options until we find an option that is true, also making sure that all of the other options are false. So to start with A, the general fitness is more strongly associated with time spent on Netflix than is number of tasty snacks eaten per week. So general fitness is more strongly associated with the time spent on Netflix than it is the number of tasty snacks eaten per week. So up here we look at our correlation coefficients. Now we've got the positive and negative isn't too important here. In fact, it's not important at all. What we're looking at is how strongly they're associated. So a correlation coefficient of 0.462 is definitely weaker than a correlation coefficient of 0.679, meaning that A is not true, it is false, because we can see here that the time spent on Netflix is actually more strongly associated with the number of tasty snacks that this group of friends eat per week. So we go on to option B. The number of tasty snacks eaten per week tends to decrease as time on Netflix increases. Once again, not true, and we know this because R equals 0.679. It's a positive association, so we can see that as their time spent on Netflix goes up, the number of tasty snacks they eat per week is also going to go up, meaning that B, this says tends to decrease, is not true. C, around 46.2% of the variation observed in general fitness can be explained by the variation in the time spent on Netflix. So this may be true, except that this is a value of R, not R squared, giving us the coefficient of determination. This is using our correlation coefficient instead of our coefficient of determination, which means that C, once again, is not true. Option D. General fitness tends to decrease as time spent on Netflix increases. So looking here, yeah, that actually looks like it's about right. We've got a negative association between the two here, which means that as the time spent on Netflix goes up, general fitness is going to be going down. So D, so far looking true, but we want to be doubly sure of D being our correct answer. So we're going to check E, make sure that's also false before giving a final answer. So E, the slope of a least squares regression line relating the number of tasty snacks eaten per week to time spent on Netflix is negative. So once again, we can look here. There's a positive association between the number of tasty snacks eaten per week and time spent on Netflix. So the slope of a least squares regression line relating the two of them together is definitely not going to be negative, meaning that E is false. D stands as our correct answer, so our final answer is going to be D.